Hey there. I'd like to welcome you to the Let's Talk Fishing video podcast. My name is Jay Angel, and I'm going to be your podcaster for this evening. You know, it is with I can't even speak. Rob Welsh is one of my very best friends. I've been talking to Rob since, I was probably 10 podcasts in the very beginning back in 2019 when I met him. He's helped me through COVID. He helped me through my big surgery. I helped him through COVID. We've been through a lot together. And, you know, we're still great friends. And without further ado, I'm going to give you Rob Welsh. How you doing tonight, Rob?
Hey, how's it going, my friend? I call Jay the godfather of podcasting, man. He's helped me out a lot and helped me kind of get confidence and starting our own show with my good friend John. And it's been good. But he's always our mentor and someone we always look up to.
Thank you. Let's talk about that. So you and John, tell me about Co-Angler Corner and what's going on with it.
We're just taking a temporary hiatus or pause. He's got a lot going on, and my travel schedule, tournament schedule this month and next is really crazy. But we'll get back on track in the year, and so be looking out for us. We'll have a lot of good guests already lined up, so we'll be back. We're just taking a little temporary hiatus, and got to take care of some business, both of us. So. But I talk to John every day, almost like I do you, Jay. And John's one of my very best friends, and he's doing good. We're both doing good, and it's not like we're not getting along or something. We talk every day, talk every morning, and John's a great guy and always has a lot of great ideas. So we'll be back soon. So keep an eye out for us.
Speaking of business, I'd like to say this: the Let's Talk Fishing podcast is brought to you by Grant Rods, 4-7 Lures, and Mojo Tackle. Check out my great supporters, guys. Okay, now that that's over, man, tell me what is new. And first of all, guys, Rob is a salesperson at Pittman Creek, which is the biggest tackle distributor on the east side of the United States. So why don't you tell us what's new and cool coming out in the tackle industry?
Yeah, well, there's a bait that's come out, and actually we sold out within like a couple days. The Judy fish, it's a little swim bait. I don't even have any. I'd show you, but I don't have any. But we got some more in order. But the Judy fish, yep, it's a minnow style bait. Yep, like Judy, yep, Judy fish. And then I had the same. Spro has actually brought it. JDM. There's some JDM products that Spro has brought. Also, the I don't know if I'll pronounce this right. The Koiki. It's like a big round, nice looking bait. That's been really hot, and just can't get them. I mean, it's just the manufacturer can't keep up with demand. And of course, Sakamata shad, the 4 and 5 inch Sakamata shad. I mean, that's the rage. It's hard to find them anywhere. And one thing we've started carrying is the 6 Sense product, and one thing I like is the Bodega. I did get some of those, and good. Yep, Bodega. And I like it because you can Texas rig it, or I like it on a jig. I'll break one out here and show you, but it's got a really wicked action, which I really like. And they're made in the USA, so can't beat that. So grab one here. Here we go. So you see the legs on it. Got a lot of action. So them legs kind of... they'll flutter, do all kind of action, but yep, pretty swillow base. What I like about it, you can do it you can Texas rig it, Carolina rig it, jig trailer. So 6 Sense Bodega, really good little bait. And I said we was talking about top sellers this time of year. It's flukes, super flukes, fluke style baits, and frogs. That is your 2 hot sellers right now.
Really?
Yep, coast to coast.
When did you start using this kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good seller. I'll say that's the number one.
Actually, I'm from 4-7 Lures.
Oh, I like that color. That's a nice color.
Yeah, this is 4-7 Lures. This is their Mardi Gras.
Oh,
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I thought I see some little purple. Yep, purple and gold fleck in there. I like to put that on a swim jig. I bet that has some good action on a swim jig.
You would put that on the back of a swim jig. I would probably Texas rig that with a little smaller of a hook, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, when I'm using something that small, I like to use a smaller hook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like you. A lot of guys use too big a hook.
Why do most bass fishermen feel they need to use such a big hook?
I don't know. I know some guys here locally. There's a guy, he fishes 10, 11-inch worms all year, and he uses like a 2-aught and smashes them.
2-aught?
2-aught and smashes them.
Than a 2-aught for a 10-inch worm, but
it works for him.
I get it, though. No, you can't argue with success.
Yeah.
Like I told you, when I used the Lecky rig, I would use a size 4 octopus hook. And I legitimately weighed a bass at over 7 pounds.
Wow.
On a size 4 hook. But, you know, you just got to sweet talk them in. You can't go reefing on a fish, and you don't want to boat flip something that has that small of a hook.
Nope.
I mean, if you're not allowed to use a net, you better get down there and
bear hug it. Give it the old side hug.
I would have my thumb down that thing's throat, man.
Yeah, or you see a lot of guys, they'll sit in their driver's cockpit, and like side hug it, bring it in and hug it. Yeah, I don't blame them.
Bear hug, $50,000 fish, you're mine.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely.
Well,
but
that video, that was during a tournament.
Yep.
But you know, in walleye tournaments, you're allowed to use nets, and man, you're mine.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're allowed to, I don't blame you. Like I say, my kayak, I use a net quite a bit. If it's over a couple pounds, yeah, he's coming in the boat with me.
Well, that was in northern Lake Michigan, as far north in Lake Michigan as you can get.
Wow.
You know, there are 4-foot rollers, and the boat's like this, and you saw him. Of course, I was younger.
Yep. Couple years younger.
Oh, you know, Rob, you fished a lot of tournaments.
Yep.
And one thing I like that tournament fishermen, I like to talk about with tournament fishermen is changing conditions.
Yeah.
Because invariably, it happens darn near every time I've ever fished a tournament. You know, if you get 3 days of stable weather, whether it's 3 days of bad, 3 days of good, 3 days of that's what fish crave. And the third day they'll start eating again. How do you deal with it, man? You're going in, you had bluebird skies, the fish were biting, the birds were singing. The day of the tournament, there's a cold front.
Oh yeah.
Just a little drizzle.
Oh yeah. Well, you either like go small, go deeper, and go smaller baits, downsize, or sometimes you go the opposite way. You get heavier weights and a faster drop. You gotta let the fish tell you. But they won't go over too far. Like I said, they might go. Let's say if bluebird to a storm or cloudy, rainy conditions, they'll go to a drop off. Or like I said, when it's rainy and storm, it seems like they all go to the bank. They put their nose on the bank. But
raining and storming, they go to the bank.
Yep, yeah, a lot of times. But yeah, or if it gets cold, sometimes they'll go to the first cut or the first drop. So if you got a little ditch, like a 1-foot ditch, they'll be out there. So they won't go far. You just got to find them.
Okay, now up north, a lot of times during a cold front conditions, I find them buried in the weeds.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's their safe haven. So
you know, even with punching, punching is such a in-your-face thing.
Yep. And they get finicky. I know a lot of guys will punch in like that under the mat, will have a little opening. Instead of dropping it down and pull it up, they'll get to the top of the mat and just jiggle it. So they'll get to the top of that mat and just kind of sit there jiggling. You
know, well, up north you don't have the area underneath the weeds. It's just solid weeds, coontail.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
You know, it's just solid weeds, and by the time you get through that, it looks like a salad. You know.
Oh yeah.
So one of the ways I would do that is just have a really. I'll show you. Something like this.
Yep.
And just barely crawl this right along the weed edge, or
yep.
Sit there with an 8-foot long rod and look around. Okay, there's a little hole, and
Yep.
but and I know guys say, well, then if you do that, this thing's going down there like this.
Oh yeah.
Man, I've caught fish doing that.
Oh yeah.
I've had bass come up and grab it when it's perfectly vertical.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly
So you don't know till you try. So I've done that with a little Cinco. I've done a little 8-ounce weight of Cinco, and like old guys used to call it dabbing. So I dab it in the holes, and more times than not, something will grab it. Yeah.
Okay, how about, here's one thing I've always kind of had a problem with on the first day after a cold front. Now it's bluebird skies.
Yep.
The temperature has increased by 15 degrees. And the water is just a little murky, but not bad. How would you adjust to that conditions? The day before it was bad. It was cold. It was drizzling, maybe a little rain. And now you have bluebird skies, and now it's 75 degrees rather than 60.
Yeah, they will get tight in the cover. Where it's lay down, they're going to get like right up against it, right under it. They're going to get tight to cover. So you're going to have to flip and pitch and be pinpoint accurate. I mean, if you're 3 or 4 inches away from your target, probably not going to get a bit. You have to almost drop down on them. And you have to kind of vary your weights. So sometimes they may want a slow fall. Sometimes they want a fast fall. So you got to kind of play around. And once you get that puzzle piece figured out, then you replicate it. But they get tight to cover. Wood, rocks, brush piles, where they can find.
So is that because the water is still a little cold?
Yep, water's a little cold, and the bright sunshine, it just forces them tight to cover. It's like a safety net. You know how you're in a dark room and you feel around for the wall? I think it's the same way with them. They want to get something they can, okay, I'm reset. Here's your log, my old favorite log, and they get close to it. So I think it's like a security blanket for them. Whatever cover, rocks, wood, seawalls, whatever they can find, it's their safety net.
You're a kayak fisherman now.
Yep.
One of the best kayak fishermen I have ever interviewed is a guy by the name of Damien Tao, Thao.
Yep.
He's from California. He's won many, many tournaments. Very, very, very humble man. I love interviewing the guy.
Yep.
The guy is and he analyzes things with an engineer's brain. I mean,
oh yeah.
He says, I sat there and I watched this perfect tree. And I watched 6 boats go by it, and not one of them caught any fish. I went out there, and I examined the tree. I examined how the sun was coming down at the tree.
Yep.
And I cast it directly into the shadow. And he said, I got limits off that tree both days of the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
He said that the angle of your cast. And I'm like, mic drop.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'm just blown away by these people. Just the angle of your cast.
Oh yeah, I've heard. I think George Cochran one time was fishing a bass event, and he had one tree that was laid, and he caught a limit every day on that tree. Like first day, I think he went from the very tip of it to the shore, caught a limit, then stopped biting. Then he went to the trunk of the tree, and started throwing it out, caught another limit. Next day, he was coming across. He caught limits all 3 or 4 days on that same tree. Like you said, changing retrieves, doing something different.
When I was brand new to this and I bought my first boat, I think I was probably 25, 26 years old.
Yep.
I would come into these trees in Shabana Lake where I hadn't even started guiding yet, but I was brand new to writing. I would come in and turn off my trolling motor, pull up my trolling motor, and drift into the tree just so, slow.
Yep.
Just barely touch the tree. You don't want to grab it or crash into it, and then I would drop down a Texas rigged, twister tail like these,
Yep.
And then back then I wouldn't use anything more than a 1/16 of an ounce.
Oh yeah.
It was like 20 some feet deep, so it took a little while to get that down there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I caught some, the guys were, where are you catching these? I'm like, I'm in the deep trees, man. They're all out there. Well, I've never caught any bass in the deep trees. Maybe I could have my mouth.
Yeah, keep thinking that, and I'll keep catching them.
Yeah, maybe I should have shut my mouth. And, after I started guiding, I got kind of, big head syndrome, being like 26, 27 years old.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm a pro bass fisherman now.
Hey, we all go through it, man. Hey, we
That's
live and
something to
learn.
remember,
Yep.
guys. Don't ever lose that who you are, man, just because you get a little fame. Because I've always been humbled every time that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, this is a humbling sport. I've almost had a third, a fourth, fifth place, and like, oh man, I'm on a roll. Next tournament, 0. It happens. It happens.
Coming with what I thought was an amazing bag. 26th. Oh,
Yep.
Really?
Yep. It happens. It'll humble you in a heartbeat.
I've told that story dozens of times on this show. A solid bag of 3.5 pounders. Bass. 3.5 pounders, man. That's a solid bag in any tournament, even in Florida or Texas.
Absolutely.
Not on Lake Winnebago, Wisconsin, where they have giant smallmouth. It took a 4.5 pound average to just get in the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Smallmouth.
Oh, yeah. Well, the opposite. Like I went to Ohio River this year, had 1 3-pounder, and that's a giant on the Ohio River. And on that one fish on co-angler side, I finished second and missed big bass by just a hair.
There's that too.
Yep.
That also happens.
Every day on the Ohio River is going to happen.
Yeah. Something else, I was talking to a guy today. We were talking about fishing, and I said, you also need superior rods.
Yep.
You can't rods, particularly when you're talking spinning gear.
Oh, absolutely.
With spinning gear, man, and he's like, well, what makes Grant rods so special? It's, for a very good rod, you need to balance.
Yep.
Sensitivity, durability, strength.
Yep.
And he's like, well, what makes that rod? Tell me. And I said, I have hooked on a max cast. First of all, with a great rod, you can catapult as there a spook.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. But, you got to have the right technique for spinning. And most people don't know the correct technique for spinning. And I was never taught it just over the course of decades.
Yep. Learn the hard way, like I did.
Yeah. But, so you get it out there and you start doing this. If you're using, I'm going to pick on Shakespeare, okay?
Yep.
If you're using Shakespeare, that's, whippy.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to, on a max cast, you will not be able to make a zero spook work correctly.
No.
With the Grant rod, you can. And also, speckled trout are very spooky fish.
Yep.
And where I catch most of my speckled trout with zero spooks is at the end of a max cast.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it, guys. You're doing this.
Yep.
And that line's going. and speckled trout don't smack it like a redfish or a bass. It's mostly the toilet bowl.
Yep.
And they know almost immediately when they swallow a piece of hard plastic.
Oh, yeah. They're great eating fish too. I caught quite a few in my younger days down in Bay St. Louis. So great fish.
Oh yeah, I've caught specks down Bay St. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of my Grant rods that I use for, as you can see, Texas rigging.
Oh yeah. And another thing with a rod like that, you won't be as tired at the end of the day. If you're doing spooks all day and you got a average rod, you're gonna be wore out. You have a lightweight rod like that, that's the biggest difference you gotta notice. Casting difference and being wore out at the end of the day.
I can't do it right now because this much is enough to put that balance off.
Wow.
With one finger I can balance it like that.
Jim's rods are a work of art. I've seen them at show in Indianapolis a couple years ago. Man, they are works of art.
Yeah, look at that abalone, man.
Oh yeah.
I just love that. I just love that. So this fall I'm gonna be taking that thing out there and throwing some of these.
Yep.
Something else. Tell me, man. I really, really, really. It's like 115 degrees down here now. Still.
Oh yeah.
Well, you used to live down here.
Oh yeah.
Would you Texas rig something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you Texas rig that with a what, like an 1/8 ounce weight?
Yeah. Or even try. I'll do weight. I've seen guys do weightless even. It's got that
Yeah,
slow glide. Yeah.
I have that weightless on one of this rod. This is another Grant. But
just watch the fan in the background, Jay.
oh yeah, that happens every time.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
I can't wait to cast that out and take it. And just let that go around those cypress knees.
Oh yeah.
And weed edges. Or actually, I would just probably just flip that, to take it over the real shallow weeds, only like this deep.
Yep.
And then just let it drop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I miss fishing the old cypresses down there.
That's exciting, man. I think I was telling you before the show. Oh, I can tell when it's a big fish when I'm fishing. When I'm pulling things out over the really, really shallow weeds, and something grabs it and runs sort of deep water.
Yep.
And man, you better be on your game when that happens.
Or they run towards you, or they're coming towards you, full blast.
That's what happened. We were about 20 feet out, casting in, and just, we're working a little. Actually, I was working a Missile Baits 48.
Yep.
And just letting it fall down and follow, and all of a sudden, man, that thing just started bolting towards. I'm reeling as fast as I can. Old Steve Rockwell, get him.
Yep.
Darn.
Happens.
That's exactly what I said too.
Yep, it happens.
Darn.
It happens.
That just makes me angry.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's exactly how I reacted.
Yeah, been there. But it's funny. This year I finished 4th in the Bass Nation, best I've ever finished. Yeah. And I'd say 80% of my fish probably come out of on a Ned rig or a drop shot.
Really?
Yep. And I love power fishing, but
RoboWorm?
Yeah, RoboWorm. Yep.
What are you putting on the Ned rigs?
Actually Z-Man TRD. And if Yep. And if I run out of TRD, I cut up a Cinco or stick bait. Works pretty good. But that little setup right here, morning dawn. Yep. And look how I got. I don't know if you can see it real good, but this is one thing I've done. Put the hook in the very tip. See how the hook runs in the tip?
Your nose hooking that?
No, it's
kind of like a modified skin hook, huh?
Yeah, because the tip is right here at the end. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Well, it's right there at the end. There it goes. Yeah, you see that tip is right there. So the fish grabs it, it'll come through the plastic and hook him. And then another way I've done really well, I lost a really big fish on Dale Hollow. This thing is called, reminds me of wacky rigging, but it's called a gilly rig.
You put it. Okay.
Yep. So you put the hook about where the gills would be. I don't know if it just
so you're skin hooking that.
Yep, you just come through the side. It's like a wacky rig. Yep, so it's like a wacky rig, but you're putting it about where the gill is, put it through the side. So let me do
So would you do that with a wacky worm, or would you just use the RoboWorm like you have there?
I've had too much success on this right here, but that's for kind of open water.
So you're actually like modified wacky rigging that. You're not drop shotting that. Yep.
And whatever it was, I said I lost probably a 4 or 5 pounder at the end of the day at Dale Hollow, and I think I still was in the top 10. But if I had that, I'd have been top 5. But it's in today, and it was in weeds, and that where I got the robo worm, the hooks right there at the end. I caught a nice one at Cedar Creek, a little lake by work, and I caught a nice 3.5 doing that on the weed edge. So, but it's been an awesome technique for me this year. So I got a BFL this weekend. I'll be definitely have that in the water.
Where are you fishing this BFL, Rob?
Lake Cumberland, right here, about an hour from me.
Is that a regional?
Super tournament.
Super tournament.
So it's 2 days. Well, it's 2 days. First day full field, and the second day I think top 15 or 20% fish second day. So you fish second day, you're making a pretty decent check.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck there.
Yep.
So Lake Cumberland, is that a clear water lake?
Yes, very. Yeah, I pre-fished it last week, and it's got a little bit of green tint, but I was seeing rocks and limbs, lay downs about 4 or 5, 6 foot down. So, and the fish was holding about 10 to 12 foot, so there's a little deeper.
So 10, 12 foot. Wow, how are you going to go after them then?
Old faithful drop shot, my old shaky head, and see what happens. And there have to maybe a jerk bait, or a little minnow, jig minnow. So see what happens. See what they want. They just wanted something dragged last week. They wouldn't eat a crankbait. They wouldn't eat a topwater. Wouldn't eat a chatterbait. But they was all over that drop shot. So see what happens.
My buddy Mike Norris likes a double drop shot.
Yep. Yeah, you can do that in practice. So I think on BFLs and bass, you're only allowed one lure, but also in practice, if you do that, like you're saying, double drop shot with a jig and a jig on the bottom and a drop shot, that's pretty.
Only one lure? That kind of a.
Yep.
Wow, that completely eliminates one of your favorite presentations.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Have 5 lures.
Yep. Well, BFLs, you still use the A-rig. And,
A-rig,
Yep. I caught the biggest big fish of the tournament over North Lake, north of Knoxville last year. Got a 4-something on right at the end of the day, and I had it tied up, didn't throw it any the whole day, and I was like, boater's throwing a big glide bait, and I'm like, I'm going to throw some A-rig out. My second cast, it just stopped. I'm like, man, it's around the marina dock. I said, man, I got a dock cable. Nope, head shake. Uh-oh. So got lucky. I mean, I caught a bunch of shorts that day, but that's the only keeper I had. I made it count. Got the big bass and made some good points.
That's always a pleasant surprise.
It was like the last hour too. He wasn't far from the weigh-in.
That 7-pounder I caught up in Illinois. It was actually on a swamp marsh project. That you had to pay to fish there, become a member of their club.
Oh, hey.
And you weren't allowed to have any gasoline powered motors. So I had my little ship, my little boat, and had a 70-pound thrust on a 17-foot aluminum boat with no gasoline powered motor and power across.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got several lakes. We got several lakes around here like that. There's no gasoline, but it's pretty nice. You get out in the kayak, you just don't have to worry about power boats and jet skis. It's pretty nice. Good change of pace.
But I was working a Yum Dinger.
Yep.
And I had just been through that area, went up one side of this canal, down the other side with jigs looking for big fish, not a bite. Man, Yum Dinger, second cast, the same thing, man. Come on, man, another snag, come on. And then and that snag started going.
Your line starts moving.
And when it starts doing that, I'm like, big catfish.
Yep.
It's just a big, ornery catfish. That's.
Oh man.
Then it came. It was only about 4 feet deep. Then it came and jumped, and I'm like, my son was ready back. Bring me the net. He was all about 9 years old. He stood there like he was going to net it. No, please give me the net. Please give me the net.
Oh my goodness.
I need a picture of this one.
Oh, absolutely. Oh man, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. I mean, big, huge fish with a stomach like, beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Memory of a lifetime, and Matt will never forget that either,
I heard that. That's priceless, man. You make some memories like that. That's priceless.
Oh, yeah. And you just went down to the Keys, didn't you, with your son?
Yep, yeah, I've got lucky and I won a contest, sales contest at work. Some of our friends and went a little deep sea fishing and had a blast. Caught some yellowtail. Caught one mahi. Mahi is pretty nice. So,
Did
and
you
the
eat
best
the
part,
mahi?
oh yeah, every night, whatever we caught that day, we cooked tonight that same night. Man, you talk about fresh. It was awesome.
How'd the mahi taste?
Good. They're really good. And yellowtail, both was good.
Since
And
Cajun from Pearl River, you're probably used to eating shoe pick.
yeah, she pick and black and red. Yeah, that was about it.
Oh, black and red, yeah. Well, that's
Flounder.
a little bit better than shoe pick.
Well, we used to go flounder. We used to go around. This is 100 years ago. You go Biloxi Gulfport, go floundering with a little gig stick, and it was good till you stirred up a stingray, and it was like everybody froze. They went away.
Oh yeah, those I hate those stingrays.
Oh yeah,
stingrays.
there's always a bunch. Seemed like every time I went fishing, we scare up at least 2 or 3. So it was.
Seems like when you get over there in Mississippi, there's just more flounder.
It is, yeah. We've got some nice ones. I've caught some nice ones going out there fishing out there in Jordan River and Bay St. Louis. So we've caught some good ones.
Actually, last year in August, we were surf fishing, and then the guys got tired of surf fishing about 1:00 in the afternoon. So we went to one of my favorite marsh spots, and I had a buddy who caught a 21-inch flounder.
Ooh,
I could
nice.
not believe it. He's holding, is this a big one? And me and the other guy who fished all the time that were there were like,
Yeah, that's a nice one.
are you sure that's not a halibut? Geez.
Jeez.
That thing was monstrous, and we took it back, threw it on the grill. And we were staying at a hotel, but they had grills, and
Oh, yeah.
I was at Grand Island. Just,
Nice.
beautiful fish though. Again,
Nice. Y'all been lucky this year in hurricane. I've been, kind of keep an eye. Like all the storms kind of go up Atlantic way. Y'all been lucky so far.
Stop.
Still got a long way. Yeah, I know. You still got a long way to go for the end of the season. So.
They're like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times and they show up.
I said it once, so we're good.
Okay. I'm glad. I was not superstitious that I started living down here.
Yep.
I mean, last one was Hurricane Ida, and that was devastating.
Oh, yeah.
We recovered from Hurricane Ida. It's kind of like, it was almost, well, it wasn't, you can't compare it to Katrina, and I never will, but, we're better prepared now than we were
Oh, yeah.
back in 2005 when Katrina hit. But, man, Ida, I live 83 miles from the closest point to the Gulf.
Yep.
83 miles. And every one of our power poles was blown down.
Oh, yeah.
I came back
Like Mississippi.
like rotten meat.
Oh, yeah. Mississippi, same way. You went up I-59 like through Hattiesburg where Mom and Dad live, and all the houses and like the pine trees in the median was all like broken too, and the tops was gone. They just broke the tops and threw them somewhere. But it changed the landscape. Yeah, it changed the landscape. There's like no pine trees in the median like it used to be.
Oh, that's horrible. Let's talk fishing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anyways, it's 35 after the hour, Rob. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, of course, our good friend John, my podcast partner for coanglers.com or coanglers podcast. I said, we talk every day, talk every morning, so we check on each other. We're definitely battle buddies, but so we'll be back on back. We'll be back on track soon. And for folks that don't know, we do Monday nights. We always do women in fishing, LBA anglers, or just regular lady fishermen. And then Tuesday we always do co-anglers, and Wednesday is kind of wide open. We just have whoever we feel like having. So
just wacky Wednesday, man.
Yeah, wacky Wednesday. But it's always a lot of fun. And like I said, you can look at our previous shows on YouTube. We have a library in there, so we have a lot of different guests, a lot of great guests. So definitely check it out. In fact, one of our guests is on your show the other day, Miss Dina Davis. She's awesome. She's
Dina Davis, man. Everybody talks about how well she can back a trailer. Well, she grew up on a horse farm.
Oh yeah.
She's been doing that since she was 4. Just like I told you, I started backing a trailer when I was 9,
Yep. Yeah. I've backed trailer 40 years. She probably does a better job than I do still. So
yeah, but she does it every day.
Yeah, she does. But
she fishes every day. I just, what a great life.
Oh yeah, and she's good. I mean, So check her out, guys. Y'all see her on. I know she has her little channel. She has a YouTube channel and some other media. But if you get a chance, definitely check her content out. She has some great stuff on there. But yeah, I got a few partners. I got a Kistler Rods out of Texas. Been with them a couple years. Great rods and great folks over there. Of course, our old buddy John, MGM Cold Tags. Only cold tags I use, so they're great. Wicked Weights, Tungsten Weights. I've been with the Wicked Weights Tungsten guys for a little bit, and they got some great products. And actually, I got a bunch. I'm gonna forget somebody if I ain't careful.
Okay.
But Swamp Pro Lures down there, they do a lot of good plastics. They got
White Castle, Louisiana.
Yep, White Castle, Louisiana. And actually, one of my good friends, Mr. Joe, he lives close to White Castle. So, how's it going, Mr. Joe? Hope everything's good. And so Hayabusa Hooks out of Texas, been with them. They got some great wacky hooks and some drop shot hooks. Any kind of hook you want, they got it. Really good stuff. So check out Hayabusa Hooks. Trying to think who else. I'm going to miss somebody. And Pulse Fish Lures. They do the like the scrounger top heads, swim bait heads. They actually got rods now. So check out Pulse Fish. For the co-anglers out there that gets with a scoper, if you want to know how to catch fish behind a scoper, put on a Pulse Fish jig and a little swim bait. I've done real well behind a scoper doing that. Just a little tip there, a little juice for you. But
well, thank you very much, Rob.
Yeah, and one other thing, I did a presentation to a high school Tuesday night, and man, it was great. I mean, kids have got a real passion for the sport. They had it was the first meeting or practice, they called it, and they had two seniors. One was a girl, and she is really good. I think she won state and a national, Miss Allie. But said new coach. I kind of know him well, fished against him, but went out and spoke to them, and just told them how to get started. Start off simple. Start off with a 7-foot medium spinning rod. Like I said, you can drop shot, wacky rig, shaky head. So start off with that, and then kind of grow from there. So I try to get them on the right path.
That's about all the time we have for tonight. But thank you so much, Rob.
Hey, thank you, Jay. It's always a pleasure, man, and always a pleasure speaking with you. And you're one of my really good friends. And man, we've been through a lot, but here we are, man. The good Lord has blessed us with another day or two.
Well, thank you very much, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Let's Talk Fishing podcast. And Rob, stick around after I end the podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you.